Logan City's 101 FM. FM. 1 FM.
So Monday morning it is, just chatting. You know, what I love about doing this show is we always have a little chat with our guests off air, but we're just chatting about some of the whinges on Facebook, which is incidentally on my, if you look at my 3-word Monday today, it's so over Facebook, because I am right now. But there's a far, far more professional form of social media. And if you're in business, you have to be on here, because if you're not, you're missing out. It's called LinkedIn. And a real expert on that, Julie Mason. Say, first of all, welcome to 101 FM.
Thanks, Mike. I'm delighted to be here.
We were chatting. We got so many mutual friends, and I'm looking at my Facebook this morning, thinking, "Hang on a minute, nobody's saying, oh, look forward to a good show, Mike. Oh, you've got Julie on the show. It's great, good, fantastic." So anyway, you've obviously got a little following yourself, which is nice.
I do indeed. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while, so a lot of people know me for it.
And what's interesting is your background, because you go back to what I would call traditional networking, where in the old days you did knocking on doors.
I did 15 years of door-to-door cold calling. So I've been in sales for over 25 years. And about 12 years ago, I noticed a real shift when I was door knocking, that internet had really disrupted, you know, so people could look up Google then. And it doesn't seem that long ago, but really we didn't have Google too long before that, right?
I was chatting to somebody else about it.
It's really transformed how we work.
We never, I mean, if you go back, say, 15 years, I mean, I think even me, we're probably using mobile phones which were the size of a brick.
Yes.
You know, if you wanted to contact somebody, you actually did it face to face.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, and we'll talk about the sort of positivity, I think a lot of social media has actually taken away people's skills to actually communicate.
Yeah, it has. It has.
Which is one of the many reasons I'm off Facebook. But anyway, that's another story. So LinkedIn, for people that don't know, now I have to say personally, I'm very active on LinkedIn. I find for my business it's really useful. Yeah. I can target the contacts I want. For people that don't know what it is, maybe you can just give us a short description.
Absolutely. So LinkedIn is often called a social network. I consider it a business tool. If you're in business, it's essential for you. So it's kind of like going to a business breakfast and meeting other people and having a guest speaker there. So there's lots of great knowledge to learn on LinkedIn. It is a really vibrant business community and lots of business content. It's not a place where you go to post up pictures of your lunch or the holiday pics of your latest holiday. It really is a place where you can find industry insights, you can network with other business people, and you can actually find great business to do on there as well by networking with people correctly. And that's where a lot of people get it wrong.
And there is an etiquette, and this is what I've found that people, and this is why I used to get cross as well, there was a bit of a crossover recently, although it's stopped now, where people were doing exactly that. They were posting pictures of the breakfast and the lunch, whatever, on LinkedIn. And I have to say the LinkedIn police stamped down very heavy and said, hang on a minute, guys, that's not what this is all about. There is a danger because it's not sort of that well policed that it could drift that way.
It could, but I think that they usually will get shut down by the LinkedIn community as well, because they're not there to tolerate that kind of, you know, frivolity in reality. But at the same time, don't get too caught up in it that you don't, you know, relax and enjoy the process. Does it make sense? Because I see some people who take it the other direction, and they join LinkedIn and they go, oh, I've got to be really intellectual because this is a corporate place. And so they start talking about, you know, things with 13-lettered words, and I go, hang on, who are you and what are you doing? This is not you. This is not authentic. So it's really just about adding, it's a great place for you to build your business branding and actually add value to your ideal clients and build great relationships. And when I say build great relationships, that doesn't just mean connect with somebody and never talk to them again. You really want to use LinkedIn to actually have a communication tool with these people and you know, add some value. And it doesn't take a lot. It's not rocket science, is what I'm saying.
No, and what I tend to do, if there's some an industry or a company that I'm interested in communicating with, I'm very honest. I'll say the reason and I send a private message, the reason I want to link up with you is because I think I can help you with.
Yeah.
Now, what annoys me is when people go, I've looked at your profile and I'd really like to connect, and then the next thing is, you know, buy my this. You know, and that really annoys me. And I think
me too.
It's just rude, and it's kind of going against the whole idea.
Well, that's the same as going up to somebody in the street that you've never met before and asking them to marry you, right?
Exactly.
You know,
that's how I got my wife. But anyway, that's another story.
You're lucky. lucky you didn't get a slap in the face.
I know I got that as well, but anyway, I can get away. She's not listening right now. I can get away with that. But it's interesting you say about the intellectual, and I've noticed that as well, that people have it's important you do have a different persona on there, and it has to be more professional than Facebook, but you think, wow, is this the same person?
Yeah.
I love, because I tend to, on occasions, I'll have a rant, otherwise known as a blog, and I love the fact that I can link my blog onto LinkedIn page and it goes onto my website, and I get traffic that way.
Yeah.
And that really, really works for me.
You know, I think it's really important to have a sense of humour, and it's really funny. If you look at the comment that you made on one of my videos on there, which is how I ended up being here today, and you said, "Oh, I'd love to have you on the radio show," and I replied back to you and said, "Do you think I've got a good face for radio?" And we had a bit of a laugh.
We did.
Right?
We communicated.
That's so important to still have, some fun, leave some what I call air in the relationship, right? In that conversation, because otherwise if you're just too serious and too staid and you're all about pushing your business, you'll miss the point and the real gold and the value that's in LinkedIn, and that's in having relationships. Yeah.
And I got one the other day, and I don't think I was being rude, I was just being honest. This guy said, when somebody starts off with a private message, "I have seen in your profile this," I think, oh, here we go, you're going to sell me stuff.
Yeah.
So I said, "I'm happy to connect with you, but please do not send me any sales pitches." He didn't connect.
Yeah.
How interesting.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thing was about a sales pitch. Julie, what makes a good LinkedIn profile? If somebody listening right now, maybe they've got a small business, maybe they're trying to expand, what should they be looking for, or what should they put into the profile?
It's a great question.
I
Thank
know,
you
that's
so
why
much
I
for
asked
asking. Well, because your profile is the foundation upon which everything goes on LinkedIn. So the things that make a really good profile are a great photo to start with. LinkedIn tell us that if you have a really good headshot that's clear and easy to view, that you'll have 21 times more profile views than if you don't have a photo at all. That's huge.
That is huge.
So people actually want to see who they're connecting with.
Of course.
Don't do a logo, because that actually goes against LinkedIn's terms and conditions. And if they see a logo on your profile photo, they can delete it. And after 3 deletes, they'll delete your profile.
Wow. Okay.
That's how important it is to have that real personal photo there. So really key, your photo needs to look directly at the camera, be relaxed and smiling, and no distracting background, as I say.
No picture of you on the beach with a... No, that's never going to work, is it?
Well, I think I'm past my bikini days, that's for sure.
I've stopped wearing the mankini now. It just doesn't get the right reaction at all.
It doesn't work for you?
It depends on the circumstances, really. But yeah, because that's another thing. If somebody sends me a request, a connection request, and they haven't got a photo on there, I don't even consider it.
Yeah.
I don't even open to see who they are and what they do.
Exactly. That's how important that human connection is, right? So the second part is really your headline. That comes directly under your name. And you've got about 120 characters with which to write, how do you help people? A lot of people still do the status update headline where it's director at XYZ Proprietary Limited or whatever it is. And people don't really care about that. It doesn't mean anything to them. I know that when I started my own business and I finally got to call myself a director, I was so excited and it meant the world to me. Yeah. But no one else cared, so it's really interesting. So I say use that 120 characters as your value proposition. How do you help your ideal clients? Because that headline, your photo, your name and your headline follows you all around LinkedIn, but not only that, it's actually on the Google listing of your LinkedIn profile.
So that's how important it is.
That's how important it is. And if you Google your name, you'll find that your LinkedIn profile will actually even outrank sometimes your own website.
And what somebody else was telling me as well, if people are maybe, although they've got a LinkedIn profile, they might be looking for, dare I say, a proper job, they can apply through some people like Seek and Indeed, and it will say, do you want to attach your LinkedIn profile? So it's almost like having a live CV on there all the time,
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
And if you are job hunting, then put down what kind of job opportunities you're looking for as your headline. So, for example, it could be, I'm an engineer looking for opportunities in the resource sector, specialising in XYZ. So
Okay.
put down, if you're job hunting, what it is that you're looking for. And then the next critical element is your summary. You've got 2,000 characters to write your summary. A lot of people make three big mistakes with this. They either have no summary at all, it's very, very short.
Okay.
The second one is written all about them and not about their ideal client. And LinkedIn are kind of to blame for that because they say, tell us about your story. And in reality, your ideal clients, and even if you're job hunting, the recruiters, etc., they're looking to find out how can you add value. And the last thing is have a call to action at that summary. When somebody reads through your summary and they go, oh, Mike's this amazing, digital marketer or whatever and radio presenter, and you've got this great offer, Mike, well, what's the next step for them to work with you?
How do we take it to the next stage?
Yeah, so definitely really think about that summary in terms of, how your ideal client needs to understand what you're doing and how you can best help them. And by all means, have a look at my profile for some examples. I'm happy for everybody to connect with me and they can see what I've got on my profile and how I do that so they can model off that.
Because there's a couple of things I've seen which I didn't quite understand, and they're like little symbols and stars
Emojis?
and
Yeah.
Is that a good thing to have on there? Or?
I just wrote a LinkedIn article on this.
Well, what a coincidence.
What a coincidence. So emojis, actually, there's been a lot of research on emojis and using it in messages and in chat, etc. And they found that emojis will actually leave people with a positive impression.
Okay.
So it's good, but I call it the salt test. Use them as you would salt on your dinner. A little bit adds flavour. And that's okay, but too much ruins the meal, right? So
it's a great way of looking at it. Like
so by all means, you can add a little bit of personality and colour, but don't use too many of them because you'll actually make yourself look unprofessional, look a bit kitsch, and it tends to discredit you rather than add just that little hint of personality.
Because as I say, one or two of the things I've seen, and it's like little, not emojis as such, just little symbols, little triangles and pluses and minuses and whatever, almost in between every word when it comes to the sort of headline of what they do.
Yeah.
And I find
It's
that
too
off-putting.
much.
And also, it's interesting you're saying about people that are applying for a job. If somebody contacts me that I don't know and it's got seeking new challenge, that kind of turns me off a little bit because I'm thinking, they just want something from me.
Yeah.
So it's a real, I guess, horses for courses, depending on your own situation.
And you can, here's the thing about LinkedIn as well, you can write your profile for whatever your strategy is at the moment. If your business strategy or your job hunting strategy changes, update your profile accordingly.
Which is another thing. And I've seen people's LinkedIn. I'm thinking, hang on, that photo was taken in 1976. Are you serious? It's almost
when they last look good, right?
Yeah. I'm thinking it's not Tinder, guys, really. You just got to use a little bit of common sense. If people want to find out, because it's fascinating, we could chat about this all morning. If people want to find out more about this, and you said you don't mind connecting, how do they find you?
Well, definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search for Julie Mason. I'm based in Brisbane, and you'll find me using the keywords Julie Mason or LinkedIn. It's pretty easy. Or you could search for me on my website. I do a lot of free webinars on this, Mike. So if they go to my website at juliemason.com.au, there is a spot on my front page of my website where they can sign up for my latest free webinars that I'm doing. And I do really good content-rich webinars that will step-by-step help you with how to do LinkedIn across the board.
I think it's fascinating. For me personally, because we've got a media training company, and if I want to contact an oil company executive, and because of the different filters, I can get straight to that person very quickly.
Yeah.
And that has been probably for me personally, more useful than any other form of any social networking.
Well, the LinkedIn search function, it's jaw-dropping, Mike, if you saw how few people used it. And when I always say it's like, remember the first Pirates of the Caribbean and Johnny Depp was going after the pirate treasure? It was cursed pirate treasure, but nonetheless, it was pirate treasure. I always say to people, think of the LinkedIn search box at the top as a portal to a pirate's cave of treasure. that's not cursed.
Yeah, that's a good thing because you don't want cursed.
Right?
You don't want cursed contacts. That's for sure.
So just a couple of keywords in there, and you can find pretty much anything that you're looking for. It's
and it
so
does
amazing.
narrow it down, which is great as well.
It does.
Julie, we will have you back because next time you come in, I want to talk about the difference between a free account and a paid account because I know there's lots of differences on there, and also the way that you can market your business without making it look obvious that you're marketing your business.
Sounds right.
We'll do that next time, which just proves the fact that already we've said that Julie Mason is coming back. If you want to know a little bit more, just go onto Google or you can go juliemason.com. If you missed any of that, you can always give us a call here. Usual number 3808-8101, and we will put you guys in touch. And we're already connected, so it's fine.
I'm delighted to be connected, Mike.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So there you are. Thanks very much. And fascinating. I always knew it would be Julie Mason, our guest here on 101 FM this morning. Wow. We got such a busy morning. It's a morning full of experts, I have to say. And, if you're a parent and you're finding it difficult, there's an expert coming on at 11:15 this morning who reckons he's got all the answers to that. We shall see. Tell you what, try being a step parent, but that's another story for another day. If you want to know more, and if you want to win a couple of tickets for the Andrews Sisters show this coming Saturday night at Club Bean Lee, stick around, I'll tell you how you can do that. One of these nights.